Shlomo HaMelech was the wisest person who ever existed. And I think one of the incredible aspects of his wisdom is that he was able to take the deepest and wisest and most profound ideas and couch them and disguise them in aphorisms that look very simplistic and very, at first glance, they don't seem to have any wisdom in them whatsoever. And you really have to dig to figure out what is he trying to say. So Shlomo HaMelech says, I see there's an advantage of wisdom over foolishness. Big chiddush. We have to have light bulbs going on all over. There's an advantage of wisdom over foolishness. That's number one, Shlomo HaMelech is telling us. And this advantage is like the advantage of light over darkness. So number one, everyone knows that the wisdom is preferable over foolishness. And number two, what do we gain by the analogy and by comparing it to light over darkness? So the Rebbe explains, Shlomo HaMelech isn't telling us that there is an advantage of wisdom over foolishness. That we know. Shlomo HaMelech was telling us the type of advantage it enjoys, and more specifically, the way that it dominates. What we see when there's darkness and when we introduce light, we see two things. Number one, we see that ma'at oir, we say a little light dispels a lot of darkness. So it means a little chachma, a little wisdom dispels a lot of foolishness. That's number one. And number two, and the way that it happens. If you were to have a very hot room, and you took an air conditioning vent, a duct, and you introduced cold air into the room, so what would happen? How quickly? As quickly as a candle takes away the darkness? No. It would take time, and they battle the cold air and the hot air. They're competing with each other until one overpowers the other, and then it finally cools off the room. When light enters, darkness disappears. It's not only that light conquers darkness; it's the way it conquers darkness. That in its presence, darkness melts away. So Shlomo HaMelech is saying, I've seen the advantage that wisdom holds over foolishness is similar to light in both those ways. A little wisdom dispels a lot of foolishness. That's number one. And number two, when you introduce wisdom, foolishness melts away as if it didn't exist. What is wisdom and what is foolishness? So in the words of Kabbalah and Chassidus, wisdom, chachma, is kedusha. Bittul to Hashem. Chachma is subjugation, subservience to Hashem. Wherever there's kedusha, wherever there's bittul, that's chachma. The opposite of wisdom, foolishness, is klipa. Elam haza, all its pleasures. As the Gemara says in Masechta Sotah, ein adam over avera. Right? Ela im kei nichnas bei rosh trust. A person doesn't do a sin unless he's entered and possessed by a spirit of foolishness. So klipa is foolishness. Wisdom is holiness, klipa is foolishness. When there's a battle between kedusha and klipa melts away. It isn't much of a battle.
No contest.
And why is that? Because what is klipa? Remember we talked about in the earlier chapters. What is klipa? Klipa is a lie. We talk about kedusha is truth and klipa is a lie. The truth is that everything is Hashem. What is klipa? Klipa is a shell. Klipa, we talked about this. Klipa is only covering up the truth of godliness. What do you need to expose a lie? The truth. That's all you need. The truth. In other words, when klipa is faced with kedusha, its facade is ripped off. It can't hold a candle. A lie can't hold a candle to truth.